What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Solana today, SOL USD. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. You know, where I'm from, SOL means something different. But anyways, here we are at about $190 right now, 3 hours and 9 minutes left in the day. I've got a white line drawn here because that is October 29th, the day that the Federal Reserve FOMC meeting happens. Jerome Powell will announce that interest rates are dropping. I'm assuming, just looking at this here, it seems as though we would have a perfect trajectory to get a lower high right here. I very much do expect that we will pump into the event and sell the news. But then instead of forming a lower low, I think we'll form a higher low, and we will build out of that going into November. November should be a really good month. But I think genuinely looking at this, and there's various other cryptos too, Bitcoin Cash, same kind of thing, right? You've got this coming down. Wouldn't it make sense that by the 29th, we're up in this area, lower highs? It's just like it's meant to be. And then we start off the month of November bearish, reinforcing the idea that, hey, maybe we're in a bear trend now. The bull market's not alive. And then boom, then we actually rip through the roof as soon as everybody's bearish on November. I'm calling it right now. I'm forecasting it, man. I think that's what's going to happen. Pump into the 29th, dump into the days, even like the week after that. And it's not going to be a huge dump, right? We're going to pump more than we're going to dump. Anyways, afterwards, we're definitely going to pump more. Looking at the short-term stuff, looking at the 1 hour time frame here, and I would actually like to look at this on, let's do Binance USDT for the volume 1 hour time frame here. Actually, a good bit of volume there on this drop. Not a whole lot of follow through after that. That's kind of nice to see. So higher lows here. It's not normally nice to see a lot of volume whenever you're selling off, but the fact that it didn't do anything, you just formed a higher low, I think that's nice. 1 hour indicators here. Lower lows in the RSI. You're at the same area that you found the last two times you found support, but you have higher lows here, lower lows in the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence, tends to mark continuation. And we got a lot of volume down here at the low. Didn't push lower. I think we're going to move up, guys. I'm very confident that we're going to continue to move higher. Stochastics bounced right off the oversold zone. That was beneficial the last 3 times that we've seen that happen. And the MACD is also looking to bounce off the zero. So we've got 3 positive factors here on this time frame with these indicators here. Looking at the 4 hour time frame here, bouncing off the 50 twice, right? Little double bottom there. That's nice to see. Some resilience here. You are bearish overall. For being fair, you are bearish overall, but you've got some bullish prospects, right? We've got this higher low here, in which we have, no bullish divergence, but still higher lows in the price as well, which is nice to see. We are turning things around instead of getting oversold or rejecting the oversold zone, living above the 50 right now, bouncing and finding support here is nice to see. Hopefully we do something more like this, not something more like this, right? Hopefully we're not doing that right now. I would like us to continue to grow from here. I think it's important that we do, because if we can close this candle green, we've got 3 hours left going into the end of the day here. If we can finish this candle green, then we will get the bounce confirmed on the 50. You'll get the bounce confirmed on the stochastics at the 50 as well. And then the MACD should be crossing above the zero as well. All positive things. In fact, the last time that we crossed above the zero, let's just see what we did here. A lot of these 4 hour time frames, whenever the MACD crosses above the zero, that's actually a good consolidation point from what I've noticed. But let's just see here. We crossed above the zero here, and again, you were consolidating. Not really moving down, not really moving up, just moving sideways, consolidating. Right? This reminds me of the Ethereum chart. And then right here, you bounced right off the oversold zone. Your RSI bounced off the 50. We're not oversold on the stochastics, but we're at the same levels in the RSI. It's very similar. It's very similar circumstances here, like right here specifically, as to like what we did here. Even this little look where you move down, you kind of have this hump, and then you move sideways here. You move sideways, you have this little hump here. Maybe we move sideways and then we move up. I don't know. It's very similar. I have a feeling that somewhere between now and the next couple of days, we will be, I wouldn't say tremendously higher, but significantly higher than where we are now. Things look positive on both the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. The daily time frame also looks positive here. Double bottom on the RSI. You guys remember what that's like, right? We saw a double bottom back here in June to July. In the month of June, we had a little double bottom back there. And, well, that promoted some serious growth over a short amount of time, right? We saw from the lows of the month of June into the highs of the month of July, 1 month later, 63.7% growth, and it didn't stop there. We continued to rally afterwards. That was where the double bottom was. Double bottom was a lower low. We started to move up roughly after that, and we've got the FOMC meeting again on the 29th, so I think that we will. Not only do I think we have a double bottom in the RSI confirmed, but I think that we have found the low for Solana as well. The low and then a higher low. I don't believe that we go below these lows. In fact, I think our time below $200 is limited. I can't really imagine that we're going to move down into this FOMC announcement, right? It's a bullishly perceived outcome and conference that they're going to have here. So I would assume that we do move up into it. We don't really have time to see lower lows and then come back up. I mean, anything can happen. Crypto is squirrely, but my expectation would be that we do continue higher. By the FOMC meeting, I would expect that we see some kind of modest retracement from this high to low here, at which case, maybe 217 to 223, the golden ratio zone would make sense. That's actually pretty in line here with these lower highs. If not there, then something up here, maybe 232 to 242. We're at 190 now. So again, these aren't tremendous bounds of growth that we're seeing, but it is something to look forward to. I think anybody and everybody holding Solana right now would love to see this thing not just above 200, but above 220 or above 230. You know what I mean? And it's definitely going to be on a path higher going into November. This is where things actually start to get really exciting, is talking about the month of November. The stochastics on the daily look great. The MACD has bullish divergence. So I guess it doesn't have bullish divergence, but it has bullish convergence. You're getting higher lows, which is nice to see. I really do think that you're going to turn around here and move up higher. I very much believe that the low is in. You zoom out on the weekly, again, looking at these more longer term, midterm kind of prospects, we're still holding higher lows. A lot of people might look at it like this, from this low here. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but you've broken out of your trend. You haven't broken out of your trend. No, you broke this trend line, which is fine, whatever. Sometimes you break trend lines. Look at this, right? We've got a high here to a high there. We broke out of that trend line, and it meant death, right? This probably means life. Typically, when you break these diagonal lines, it's actually a clear signal to buy, not really to sell. You still have, because the thought here, whenever people see this, especially novices, and I'm speaking from experience. As a novice, whenever I learned technical analysis like 10 years ago, the first couple of years, I thought this stuff was magic. I thought that this was the sign. Oh, we're breaking structure. We're going down. And sometimes it's true. Sometimes it is in conjunction with other things. But oftentimes this is actually a trap. It gets people to think, the novices think, oh, the uptrend's broken. Now we're no longer in an uptrend. But that's not true, because what is an uptrend? An uptrend is not this. It's not this line. An uptrend is higher lows, and higher highs, right? That's what an uptrend is. You're still in an uptrend. So it's a deceitful tactic here by the market makers to have that line. It's like you broke your uptrend, but really, realistically, you did not. Anyways, perfect time to buy. Mark my words, if you use diagonal lines as an indicator to buy whenever you break them, or an indicator to sell instead, like buy here and then sell if it's above them, you're going to kill it. You're going to do a lot better typically, most of the time, not always. But anyways, again, looking at this going forward, I would think that we do move higher. The expectation here is from a high to a low, we should see new targets of about 400 or new price areas of about $402 to $600, something in this zone here. If we zoom out on a monthly scale, yeah, that'll take us to new all-time highs. And again, this is a thought that I'd like to promote here for anybody watching. Beyond just the fact that Solana would be seeing new all-time highs, which is great. It's great for anything affiliated with Solana. It's great for the ecosystem. We've got a $402, $595 price. What other coins are going to be at new all-time highs when this happens, right? Likely Bitcoin will be at new all-time highs. Likely Ethereum will be at new all-time highs. Likely XRP will be at new all-time highs. Likely BNB will be at new all-time highs. You've got your top 5 coins at new all-time highs, all at the same time. What would that mean for the rest of the market, right? Altcoins are about to blossom. They really are. Altcoins, the top 5 crypto projects are doing well. That means that first and foremost, everybody pays attention to Bitcoin. Everybody in the world, they associate Bitcoin with crypto directly, right? Whenever you hear crypto, you think Bitcoin. As much as the Bitcoin maxis want to say Bitcoin, not crypto, it's, you think crypto, the first thing that comes to your mind is Bitcoin, right? It should be. But what about, people that pay attention to Solana, XRP, Ethereum, Cardano, BNB? What about these coins whenever they see new all-time highs altogether? It's just going to bring a lot more traction to the markets, a lot more FOMO into the space, and altcoins are definitely going to have a fun time doing that. So at the end of the day, the next target area is here, $190 right now. I would think 402 to 595, even by the end of November, is very doable. It's a very attainable goal. I would believe that by the end of the year, Solana has a solid chance of seeing anything from $400 at a minimum to potentially $1,000 at a maximum. I really think that we could see $1,000 by the end of the year. Going into the end of the cycle, we're looking for a little bit further of a target. We're looking for something that is, $2,200 or maybe even just past that. Sol right now, its current market cap sitting at about $104 billion. So if we 10x that, we're sitting at a $1 trillion market cap, right? 10x is $1 trillion market cap, and I could see Solana hitting $1 trillion or even breaking $1 trillion. But that would be kind of the maximum. It's like right up in this area, right? $2,200, $2,000. That puts you right at about $1 trillion. Whereas these targets here at about $700, maybe even to $1,300, by the end of the cycle, April or May. Those are more suitable targets as well, being $600 billion, $800 billion, somewhere in this range whenever you're around that $1,000 to $1,300 range right there. So very suitable targets. I think we will see something on the lines of a $400 to $700 price, $400 to $600 price by the end of the year, and then something on the lines of like a $1,000 to $2,000 price by the end of the cycle for Solana. If I'm being blunt, I have to admit I don't really believe a $2,000 price is in the cards. I don't think Solana is going to break $1 trillion market cap this cycle. That'd be really incredible to see, but I don't think it does that, right? No crypto in 2 cycles has seen a $1 trillion market cap. That seems a bit early, a bit abrupt. But I do think Solana has promise. I think it can get there, and maybe even do get there this cycle. But I think you'll get very close. I think we will break $1,000. Anyways, that's really all I have to say. Solana's looking good, and again, the main perspective here is if Solana's looking good, what's the rest of the market going to look like? We got Bitcoin, we've got Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Tron, Dogecoin, Cardano, Hyperliquid. They're all going to be at new all-time highs all together. I mean, you got your top 11 coins all at new all-time highs. It's a perfect storm for some crazy stuff to happen, you guys. So just pack your bags, load up, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and by the way, Solana tomorrow. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a second. There is this meeting, the Federal Reserve Conference, the what's it called? Payments Innovation Conference, and there are all kinds of crypto people talking on here. So if anybody wants to pay attention to that, here's the time frames. You can go to federalreserve.gov or just type in payments innovation. Type in payments innovation conference, and you'll get pulled right up to this. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Big things happening tomorrow with the Fed Reserve. Big things happening on the 29th as well. And we should be seeing some growth between now and really Q2 of 2026. A lot of growth. Sorry, I got a call coming. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the like button. Take care. Bye-bye.